so scared and Aria's not here and Tyler's not here.
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. We're here with Marc, about to leave, and he is insisting us on him taking us home because he's reading our mind, which our girl doesn't know yet, but he's reading our mind, knowing we want to walk home. I can't figure out why a vampire has a sunroof in his car. He's supposed to catch fire in the sun. You've seen me in sunlight numerous times, so obviously that isn't the case. So that's not an effective weapon against vampires. What is she talking about? She even read in the book that they don't burn up. I have no idea why you think you'll ever need a weapon against me. I don't know, you looked pretty angry during some of our tutoring sessions. I can't lie, there have been a few times I was worried you might, jump across the table and try to have a nibble out of revenge. What makes you think I have any interest in eating live food? I don't know, isn't that what vampires are supposed to do? Have you ever wanted to bite into a live chicken just because you're hungry? Ew, no! I paused, taking that in. Okay, point taken. But it does happen, right? Vampires do that, otherwise they would have made a law against it. There are laws against cannibalism too, because some humans do that. But it doesn't mean all humans do it, or want to do it. Most find the very idea repulsive. Also a good point. There are times when the hunger is powerful. It isn't quite the same, I don't think, as when you are hungry. But just like humans faced with extreme hunger, we are sometimes tempted to do things we would otherwise find repulsive. And I suppose you might say we are more susceptible to that kind of thing, even when we're not to the point of starvation. Did he look sad there? He looked kind of sad there. It's kind of cute. Not him being sad, but this expression he's making. Nevertheless, just as you're not going to attack a live cow because you want a hamburger, I'm not going to attack you just because I'm hungry. Are you calling me a cow? Did I say that you're a cow? No. Then, no. Did you just imply that you see me as a cow? What the fuck? Well, you laughed, sort of. Now I'm really scared. Oh, he is wearing sunglasses. Why do you have such a problem with Shakespeare anyway? He's so handsome. I gave him a teasing grin. You didn't know him personally, did you? Marc let on an exasperated sigh. I did not. I'm only 18 years old. So, no 200-year-old vampires go to high school. No. That's a relief, because frankly that would be a bit weird, especially if they were that old and still didn't understand Shakespeare. As you can imagine, most vampires that age have better things to do than spend time with adults and humans. I'm glad. That's one thing that's always weirded me out in modern books. It is entirely unheard of for some older creature to briefly attend school. Some beings struggle to understand the passage of time. Before they realize it, decades or even centuries have passed. A modern high school is a terrible place to update one's knowledge of present culture, but it's not especially common, and vampires fit into human culture enough that it's typically not a problem for us. I see. If you're going to become a part of this world, you may as well forget what you've learned from modern books. Folklore and myth have some basis in fact, but your typical fantasy novel is nothing but the imaginings of writers following modern trends. Harsh! Don't care much for fiction. On the contrary, I enjoy fiction, but I find myself more drawn to classics than most of what's published today. I can respect that. Excuse me. I turned around at the sound of a voice behind us, saying, I'm so scared and Aria's not here and Tyler's not here. Ew, it was the old woman from before. Starlight instinctively grabbed Marc's arm, moving slightly behind him. He jumped at the sudden touch, but didn't pull away. He was lucky I'd grabbed just his arm. He could still read my mind though, right? It took every ounce of willpower I had to not try to climb on his back in a panic. Hello again, dear. No. You look so scary. Marc, can you see her? She looks fucking creepy. Stay and talk to her. She's probably okay. No, Marc told me not to talk to anyone. I didn't respond. Instead, I started dragging him in the direction we'd already been going. Time to go. Michiko, what's Marc now? Wait! I broke into a run, dragging Marc behind me. To my surprise, he obediently followed. I didn't check to see if the woman was following. I hope you realized we already passed my car. Marc didn't see the woman? Ugh. I really don't want to go back just to see what the fuck, but stay and talk to her. She's probably okay. Hello? I knew you could see me after all. Am I... Marc stepped in front of me, placed both hands on my shoulder, and pushed me down the street. Yeah, I fucking knew it. I figured he would be angry at me. I wouldn't talk to her either. I fucking run. It's too scary looking. Too scary looking. Blech. I thought the black blob was the scariest thing in this game. No, that woman was. I was not expecting that. Breathless, annoyed, and a little scared, I stopped to glare at him. A glance over my shoulder told me that at some point, as we fled a block and half up the street, the old lady had vanished. You could have said something sooner. I'm curious how exactly you managed to run in those shoes without breaking an ankle. It's a rather surprising feat of acrobatics. Marc! You were expecting me to ask what was that? What that was about then. If I did, well, you actually tell me the truth this time. I sighed. I just stood next to her at the crosswalk, that's all. I don't know why she followed me. Then, may I have my hand back? Oh, sorry. I thought I grabbed your arm. Did I somehow slip and grab your hand instead? I released it instantly, giving him a sheepish look. Sorry. I peered down the street worriedly. Ugh, what if she came back? What if she kept following me or something? Shoot up at home! No. Damn it. What did she even want from me? Why was she following me in the first place? Stop worrying. Many cryptics have a short attention span, and the fact that you were with me should deter her. You think she's afraid of vampires? Anyone with an ounce of wisdom is afraid of crossing a vampire. I'll have to remember that. Not that you have ever displayed an ounce of wisdom. Listen here! I made a swipe at him with my foot. Have you always been this adept at getting yourself into trouble? Given my history? Yes, I would say so. Can you at least pretend to make an effort to stay safe? I mean, technically I was. I avoided her, but then my dumbass wanted to see what happens if I talk to her. What's the point in that? You're the one who always says I can't lie to you. From now on, when we're meeting here, I will drive you, no matter what. And if Allie can't drive you home, I will ensure I do it. What if you have to go to your agency thingy? You can't do it for me then. You're not to walk by yourself. Not for the next week at the very least. What are you, my bodyguard now? Clearly someone has to be. He has a lot of choices. I have never saved so much for a character. Just so you know, I don't need a bodyguard. Have you always been this naggy? Maybe? I have no idea if that's a good choice or not. Have you always been this naggy? Is this something reserved especially for me? You're the only one I know with no sense of self-preservation. She looked harmless. What the fuck you mean? She looked scary! At first. Marc sighed. Let's get to my car before you try to make friends with something else that may decide to eat you. You know, no one asked you to butt in. He glared at me. Well, very well. Next time I'll stand by while one of them drags you into the sewer. Perhaps I'll have a coffee while I listen to your dying screams. No reason to be so melodramatic about it. Is it that difficult for you to admit I'm right? A half annoyed sigh. Fine, you're right. I shouldn't have paid any attention to her. I'm scared she'll follow me home. I probably won't sleep tonight because every little noise is going to make me think she's gotten into my room, and it's going to claw my eyes out and fill them with goop. That's disgusting. Why am I saying that? Happy now? If they're frightening, then don't engage with them. That, at least, is one habit of yours that is frustratingly human. Don't say human like it's an insult. Perhaps it is. I wasn't sure what to say to that, so I just followed him silently to his car, checking over my shoulder every few seconds on the way. I'm so spooked. We mostly rode in silence. Marc was brooding as he was wont to do. Wait, what? I don't know. I was thinking about that old woman. It wasn't until we were crossing the bridge in my neighborhood that he spoke. Michiko. Yeah? I was surprised he spoke at all, really. There's one thing I wanted to say. I shouldn't have asked about your research in the murder. We should avoid talking about it there in the future. Oh, I gave him a curious look. Why? Has anyone ever explained to you what the murder really is? Well, sort of. I mean, I get the gist of it. They're information brokers or whatever. Not just that, they do find information or answers that people are seeking. They also solve problems and unravel mysteries for a price. I know that part too. They're attracted to mysteries, but I don't think it would be wise for you to get involved with them. Their prices can be steep. Well, I don't have any money anyway, even if they wanted it. They don't always ask for money. Well, I'm not giving them a kidney so they can forget it. He gave me a pained look. What? I need my kidneys. He sighed again. I seem to elicit that response a lot. Just be careful about what you discuss there, alright? I'll do the same. I'll try. We didn't speak the rest of the way home. It was a short drive anyway. When we pulled into my driveway, Elliot was in his front yard. Elliot! It's so nice to see you! He waved and I returned the gesture as I hopped out of the car. Work over already. Yeah, we finished up for today. How was tutoring? It was fine. Oh, maybe if you have time, I could beg some help too. I've been... Marc cucking him. She doesn't have time. She's my reading partner after all. Elliot scowled at him. Michiko, see you tomorrow morning. See you then. I shut the door and he drove off. I still can't figure... Okay, I thought it was raining all of a sudden. I still can't figure out why you two don't get along. You're both vampires. Shouldn't you bond over like getting the same blood type or something? Haha. Maybe he doesn't like me because I'm just infected. His family has a long lineage, you know. But the kind of discrimination is actually a thing. It depends. I think there's some level of snobbery about being natural. But the truth is, I'm pretty sure Marc just dislikes me personally. Well, that's stupid. Yeah, well, I don't mind. Sometimes people just clash, right? It doesn't mean either of us is really the problem. I guess, but still. Anyway, how did preparations go? Can I please go inside the house? I'm fucking scared. Oh, it was fine. Kind of boring and all. They give us the dual jobs since we're just students for the most part anyway. What exactly do you guys do? Mostly it's just checking on stuff. Certain areas are more prone to incidents than others, so we check them and make sure no weird gates are opening up or anything. Weird gates? Sounds intense. Not really. Like I said, it's pretty boring. Marc said he has to help tomorrow too. Yeah, he tries to avoid getting it too low for the agency and club activities, but they're not going to keep letting him off, even if he cites tutoring as a reason. I heard Violet's called his dad to complain. Harsh. Yeah, I guess his dad encouraged him to pull his weight. You know, I could help too. Nah, you're still learning the ropes. Yeah, I expected him to shut me down instantly. Ali and Marc both already had several times. You'll be ready to start helping out by the solstice though. For now, you should just take the time to learn about yourself or whatever. Solstice? You mean this isn't the only weird time of the year? I wish. Anyway, I gotta get back inside. Promise Mom I'd take care of some things before dinner. See you tomorrow. Same to you. They waved when we parted ways. Oh, thank God we're in the house. And Chico, honey, is that you? Yeah, I just got in. Homework? A little. How was the tutoring session? Why didn't you invite him? What's his name? Marc? Why didn't you invite Marc inside? I'd like to meet him sometime. Mom, calm down. No. Why not? Because the first time you do meet him, you'll just say something embarrassing. I won't. You definitely will. It's my job. You can't deny your mother the only thing that brings her joy. If embarrassing me is the only thing that brings you joy, then you need new hobbies. She just laughed. You can at least tell me about him. Is he cute? Well, cute isn't the right word. He's good looking. I'm blushing, how cute. Ooh, good looking? Mom, come on. He is totally not my type. What? He's my type. Fuck. And I'm pretty sure the only reason he even talks to me is because we're reading partners. Otherwise, I doubt he'd be aware of my existence. Our relationships had to start somewhere. I rolled my eyes and started upstairs. This is a relationship. All we do is read and discuss how much he hates Shakespeare. I still wouldn't mind meeting him sometime. I'll think about it. I flopped on my bed with a groan. Mom was worse than me about overanalyzing things, honestly. Well, she probably just wanted to see me date someone. Neither Spencer nor I was much for social contact. She probably just wanted assurance we weren't going to end up old, alone, and owning dozens of ferrets before we finally just gave up on life and ate each other or something. My phone chimed and I dug around my bag for it. When I pulled it out, I saw a text from Marc, to my surprise. He has no icon? Did Elliot ever have an icon? I believe he did. Don't forget about moving the session tomorrow morning. And don't do something stupid and walk home from school just because I'm not around to drive you. You know, Allie was my ride before I met you. Then I'm sure she doesn't let you walk home tomorrow. Hey, I don't need you to arrange for a ride for me. Perhaps, but it would be a shame if I lost my tutor. The exam is Friday. Keep it up and you'll be studying for it alone. I'll try to remember since Shakespeare has almost been bearable with your help. Idiot. I struck down on my phone. A few seconds later, it chimed again. I will see you in the morning. I smiled slightly. Was I expecting a goodnight text from Marc of all people? Technically, it wasn't a good night. It was more like, I'll see you tomorrow. He really was a total idiot, but in a good way. Sometimes, anyhow. Why is there spoopy music? The stars were so beautiful and so far away. Am I sleepwalking now? But anyway, this is where I'm gonna stop for today's episode. Ugh, that creepy woman. Bleh. Cover that page. Well, technically ran away from that page. But are we sleepwalking? This is the first time we're actually looking up at the stars and not in the woods if we're sleepwalking. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You touch it, touch it, touch.